Right, good afternoon everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, dropping a like on the video to help me reach a wider audience, and any comments or questions you might have, please leave them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I'm going to talk about drip again today, but it will only be a very short video, but I want to approach it from a slightly different angle than I have in the past, whereby I've criticised other YouTubers. I don't want to talk about anyone specifically today because it's not, I don't think it's fair. I think I've been not really unkind, but I've specifically mentioned people when I shouldn't because these people are quite new to investing, and I want to talk about it from my perspective regarding trading mindset and psychology, because I don't think people really understand what they're doing at the moment. I'll start off by going through the cryptocurrency market as a whole, just so we can see where we're at. The market cap is still over $1 trillion, which is bull market territory. We've got a 24-hour trading volume of nearly $56 billion. Bitcoin dominance currently sitting at 42.5%, with Bitcoin trading above $23,000. It didn't manage to go above 24,000. I know it was approaching it last night. I don't know, it possibly did it overnight, but there's been a pullback since midnight on most cryptocurrencies. As for rises, the whole market's down 2%, so it's not a good day across the market, but these things happen in crypto. It's normal. Things don't go up in a straight line. There's going to be up days, down days, red candles and green candles. So for the last 24 hours, the only real riser is Mina. The rest, there's nothing else that's been up more than 3.5%. I know the gaming coins were doing quite well recently, but it's a fairly flat day. Most coins have had a pullback. If we go to the Drip network page, we can see Drip is down another 3.5%. It's down at 45 cents. Let's check on the app to see what it is saying on there. So on the app it's saying 43 cents. I've not compounded for a couple of days now because I'm not entirely sure what to do. I'm thinking long and hard about what I want to do with this. It's only a small amount of money, so I'm not especially bothered about losing it all, but I need to practice what I preach. So if we go back to the Drip network page, the majority of these comments, people are being quite, I don't know, they're just saying what the people are fed up with it. Drip banning people recklessly from the official Telegram group chat is 100% confirmation there is no hope for Drip. It shows that these guys are scammers and evil. I don't know about evil, but it's just not good. Drip, another day where Drip loses more value on the 1% rewards while the rest of the market is up. Drip baby, it's a lifestyle. What's the most recent comment? The Moon Boys really think that this would... Yeah, it's just like, you guys look at Drip, Clown Project, Ponzi, it's like, there's no nuance, it's just saying it's shit, basically. Which is a shame because Drip did start out very well and did do well for a long time. But let's go on to the charts. Sorry, I'm on the wrong page. Let's go on to charts. Alright, here we are on the Drip token. Now, there's nothing on this chart that would make me want to buy Drip, and I don't think anyone out there can put their hand on their heart and say, oh, this is a great time to buy Drip. So let's go back to January the 1st, which is there. Okay, so how far down is Drip since January? We're nearly in February. 41%. As a day trader or swing trader, there's nothing on that chart that would make me want to either buy or sell it, because there is no setup there. There's no entry, there's no trigger. There's no setup, there's no trigger. In trading or investing, you've got to have the right mindset and psychology. And this, how do I explain it? It goes back to when you're at school. When you're at school, you're always taught that you should never be wrong. Like, everything you do, it should be right. But in trading, you have to flip that on its head, because it's okay to be wrong sometimes, and sometimes you have to accept that you're wrong and cut your losses, because that will prevent the big losses. You need the right risk-reward ratio. So, for example, let's have a look at the euro-dollar chart, just to completely go away from crypto, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here's the euro-dollar on the daily. Let's go through and see if we can find a few setups. So this is about risk-reward. So let me find a setup on here and see how it played out. Right, so I can see a short don't want that. I can see a short here. So a short would have triggered here. The stop would have been there. Would have gone for a 2-to-1 risk rewards. So that would have hit target. Okay, so you've risked 123 pips to make 202 pips. So it's just 1 to 2. It depends on like the size of your account, how much you would have made on a trade like that. So you know that's why you have a stop loss. So if you are wrong, you accept the wrong. You accept that you're wrong. You put your risk on the table. You're risking 1% to make 2%. I don't generally risk more than 1% on a trade. That's just my personal thing. I think if you're risking more than, if you're risking 1%, you can be wrong 100 times before you blow your account. So people that risk 5-10% on a trade are pretty reckless, in my opinion. Let's look for another setup. I actually want to find one where I would have been wrong. Right, so what can I see? I can see another long. Right, so a long setup here. Right, so stop would have been probably here, and we're looking for a 2-to-1. Again, that would have hit target. Okay, but I've got the risk on the table. I accept that I could be wrong when I open a trade. So you need the mindset and the mentality to accept that you can't be right all the time. But if you've got the right risk reward in each individual trade over the long period of time, you can make money. You can have trades with bigger, like you can have a 3-to-1 risk reward, a 4-to-1 risk reward. But if you can even make money with a 1-to-1 risk reward, provided you've got a decent setup and a decent strategy. What have we got here? Nothing there, nothing there. Another long there. Would it have won? Let's have a look. I actually want to find one that would have lost just to prove my point. So it triggers here. Stop is there. And let's say we're going for 2-to-1. Right, so this one wouldn't have hit target yet. I'd be sat in that trade waiting. Let's go further. I really want to find a loser just to show that it, but everything I'm finding is we should have taken these trades. There's another setup there that would have played out. Where's the one that didn't win? I'm not finding one. Let's go to the pound. But you get what I'm saying. That you're always taught at school. There's another winner there. You're at school. You're taught that you have to. Actually, I think I can. No, I can't see a loser. But at school, you're taught that you have to be right all the time. And naturally, the psychology of a human being is that we don't like to be wrong. No one likes to be wrong. But in the markets, when you're investing, trading, even in DeFi, you have to accept that sometimes you're going to be wrong. And it's not nice to be wrong. No one likes it, but it's going to happen. But this drip chart, there's nothing on it that would make any seasoned or serious investor want to buy it. You can call it dollar cost averaging, but it's not dollar cost averaging because all you're doing is getting a lower price, but 2-3 days later the price is even lower. So I'm not trying to spread FUD, which is what I get accused of. What I'm trying to do is get people to get their mindset right, and not because basically people at the moment are in this with like blind faith and blind hope this is all going to turn around, and people are talking about utilities coming, this is coming, that's coming, but for the moment nothing is coming. All that's happening that is definitive, and no one can argue with me about this, is that the price is falling. Okay, this isn't a hate video, this isn't me being mean to anyone, this is me trying to educate people about investment psychology and mindset, because I think a lot of these people in the drip ecosystem, a lot of content creators, they have completely the wrong mindset. They're very novice investors. I mean, I've been in the markets for God knows how long have I 10 years, over 10, 11 years I've been trading Forex and investing in cryptocurrencies, dabbled in DeFi. I've got a wealth of experience, and I'm seeing people, and they're very naive with the information they're spreading. They're saying they believe in the utility, they believe in the shark, the developer, So, but basically they're hoping for the best. Sometimes the best thing to do, if there isn't a trade there, is to what you call sit on your hands and not do anything. Sometimes there isn't a trade. I can go days, I can go weeks without taking a trade in the Forex markets, but then when one sets up, I take it, and if the risk reward is right, it will pay me out well. But I've got the risk there that I'm prepared to lose. I'm prepared to risk the 1% to make the 3, 4, 5% or 2%, depending on the setup. But in drip, people think that they've found like some sort of secret source, some magic thing that's going to make them rich. I don't want the project to fail, but it is failing, and there's nothing anyone can say to me that will change my mind on that. And I'm growing quite tired of people saying, oh, but it's giving you 1% a day. It is giving you 1% a day, but while the price is continually falling, that 1% a day doesn't really mean much. I mean, if I go to my faucet, I made a video the other day about drip, and I think that was worth about $1,400. I compounded every single day. I've not compounded since Friday, I think, because I'm deciding whether or not I should start claiming and exit the protocol, or that's the logical thing to do, and then swap the change it to BNB and then invest the money into other projects. Because I think at the moment, my feelings on drip is if you can get out at break even, then you've done all right. Maxing out as many wallets as you possibly can isn't going to make you money in the long term. It really isn't. If we're down 40% already this year, let's go down another 40%. Let's move that up. Right, so 40% further from where we are now. That's 163%. Another 40%. We're down at 26 cents. Okay, so that say we're down at 26 cents. If it continues in this vein, yeah. So if it continues down in the way it has done, we're going to be, it's 40%, so we're going to be at 26 cents by the end of February. This is all very rudimentary. It might not play out like this. I hope it doesn't. Let's do it again and go to the end of March if it carries on in this trajectory. Right, so that's 80% will be down. That means we'll have just under 10%, just under a 10-cent drip in 2 months' time. You can come back and watch this video, excuse me, in 10 months, and either I'm going to be right or I'm going to be wrong. Maybe this magical utility will come and drip will pump up and everyone can come and call me a twat, a prick, whatever you want. I don't care. I'm trying to educate people, because all I'm seeing, most of the videos that I'm seeing about drip at the moment is people saying, oh, there's so much FUD, I'm sick of all this FUD, these people, they're morons, they're this, that and the other. It's not FUD. People have got the right to have fear, uncertainty and doubt when a project is behaving in this manner. Nothing I'm saying is cruel or mean, it's just facts. Like every single person in here is like, hang on, what's this bloke saying? Oh, this one's making fun of people. Please buy my drip. I need you for the exit liquidity. That's the whole thing to keep the Ponzi going. That's the whole thing with like sending money to the tax vault like it's a noble thing. No, you're wrong. What you're doing is throwing your money away. You are, however you look at it, you are throwing your money away, because drip is just minting itself to death. No new people, well, people are coming in, but people that, I'm not going to name anyone, but these people saying, oh, I've bought some more drip at this price, this is great, I'm going to get my 1%. But by the time you've maxed out your wallet, we could be looking at a sub 10-cent drip. Let's look at it on the weekly. Why, what, in what world is this like looking decent? You know what I mean? You go on about the shark and how brilliant he is, but I don't think the Animal Farm's doing especially well either, to be honest with you. the whole ecosystem, ever since they launched the animal farm, this has been forgotten. The animal farm isn't doing great. The only thing I can say that's half decent for it is there is a bullish divergence in play at the moment, but it's not reacting to it because there's so much momentum to the downside. It's horrific. I am going on a bit now, but what I'm saying is if you are in this project, you need to get your mindset right that perhaps you're wrong. Have you ever considered maybe I'm wrong? And what are you going to do if this thing does go to zero? Is it going to affect you emotionally? See, I don't get emotionally attached to my investments. You have to have that mindset. You have to accept that sometimes you're going to be wrong and just suck it up and not be emotional about it, because it's not the way to play the markets. It's actually quite sad what's happening, and I find it quite sad. I can actually see the sadness in some of these people's eyes when they're making videos, because they're trying to defend the indefensible at the moment and convince themselves that they're doing well out of a project that's failing, when the numbers don't quite stack up and the charts tell a completely different story. I'm sorry to make a video. I know I'm going to get a load of hate for doing it, because I do every single time I mention drip, unless you're making a bullish video using a ridiculous voice. I don't know, charging channel memberships and whatnot, but I don't want to go down that route because I'll just get called a fudder. So I just really want you to think about that. Use that question. What if I'm wrong? And is my mindset and psychology right to be in the markets? Because if it's not, then you need to have a long, hard look at yourselves and think. Just think. That's all I'm saying, okay? I wish you all the very best with your investments, and I hope that you do well in whatever project you're invested in. I genuinely mean that. I wish no one any harm or ill will. I'm just saying what I see, and you probably don't like what I'm saying or what I'm seeing, but it is what it is. So I'll leave it for there. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Drop a like on the video to help me reach a wider audience, and any comments or questions or even abuse, I don't mind. I really don't mind. Use me as your emotional punching bag. I don't care. I'm here for you. Okay, so I will see you in the next video, and I wish you all a wonderful evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world, and all the best with your investments. So take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.